Hey everyone, and welcome to Knowledge is Fun 2020. We are almost over with the fashion design and merchandising, and today in the part 4, we'll be dealing with the aspect which touches your lives the most, that is, the career and scope of a merchandiser. This trip has been amazing and wonderful, where we started with design, the elements and principles of design, then we dealt with fashion, and finally all the details about merchandising. Now, let us see what is in store for you. In this video, we'll discuss about the market segmentation, fashion retail store organizations, the scope in fashion industry, the skills which are required for a career in this field. As I already told, that you need to have an idea of fashion design and also merchandising or business sense, the essential qualifications which are required to work in this industry. But first, we discussed target market so many times. Now let us try and define it. If you have forgotten, do go back to the videos and revise them. And again, I'm telling you, take a paper and a pen. These are more like short notes. Read the book, have the notes ready, and you are more or less prepared for the exams. Make colorful notes, keep the mind maps and the points in mind, and write them down creatively and separately, and you will be prepared for the exam just by a revision. Now, before target market, just have a look at this picture on the right. Can you tell me for whom is this picture made? This store, can you tell me whom does it target? ये किसके लिए है? इस शॉप में आप क्यों जाओगे अगर आपको क्या खरीदना? क्या आप इसमें will you going to buy an ice cream or a food product or garments for your own self or for kids? Obviously, you are bang on. From this very picture, it's clear that this shop is meant for kids. And in case you have any requirement for kids, this shop is going to satisfy it because it's looking very pretty. And the season, can you also tell me the season? Yeah, you are right, it's winters. So, now I'm sure target market is clear to you. You have already understood. But still, we need to understand the definition. Target market is defined as category of customers one is targeting at for selling the product. So it is a particular category of customers, not all the customers, the particular customer. You cannot sell everything to everybody. You have to pinpoint who is the one to whom you are going to sell your product, and that is your target market. Now, its importance. It is essential to understand the target market, as this will allow the sales department to focus on that particular category of customers who are most likely to purchase the offering. Obviously, if you are going in for this shop, do you think if you are a college goer, will you buy something from here even if you like it? Until and unless you have a smaller sister or daughter to whom you can give, I'm sure you won't. So, यहाँ पर if you have an idea about the customer who is most likely to purchase it, then the probability of selling increases, and it also ensures the highest return for the marketing and sales expenditures. Now, the process of target market is that it is done by market segmentation. It is a strategy that involves dividing a larger market into subsets of consumers who have common needs and applications. As per common needs and applications, you can divide it into probably it could be the kids section, then you can have girls section. If you go to any mall or boys, you can find this segmentation like this only. Then you can have it for boys, then you can have it for women, men. So this basically is market segmentation. Or malls mein to you will find it according to the age also, 2 to 6 years, 6 to 8 years. This is creating market and dividing them as per their demands. Kids की अलग demand होगी. जहाँ भी kids section होगा, you will find it very attractive with these stuffed toys, stars to attract the kids. Now, how is this market segment done? Basically, it is done in 4 ways. The first is demographic, as it is very clear from the name, it depends upon the population. The second is geographic segmentation, as per the geography or location. The third is psychographic segmentation as per the psyche of the people, and finally is the behavioral segmentation, which depends upon the behavior or attitude of the people. So demographic segmentation depends upon the population, what kind of population is there, their age, sex, occupation, age group, old age, young age. If the shop is located near some educational institute या college में, IIT campus में, you will find that you have more of youngsters clothes. The occupation, family type, whether it is rural, urban, religion also plays a very important role. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको क्रिसमस और दशहरा दिवाली का एग्जाम्पल दिया था. Then education and income, as income is very important decisive factor in your purchases. We did it in the fashion cycle also. So all this is very important. Next is the geographic segmentation, whether you are living in a city, rural areas, which state are you in. अलग-अलग states में अलग-अलग है. In Gujarat you have different types of clothes. In South you find different types of clothes. So you have to think of the region also, country, size, population and climate. This is very important. We have been discussing it in all the videos. If it is winters, you need clothes for winters. If it is summers, monsoon, winters as clothes as per the season. Country India के लिए है, Muslim countries के लिए है, Christian countries के लिए है. Religion, the country, their own culture is very important. Then is psychographic segmentation, which depends upon the lifestyle of the people. What are the social activities they are interested in? Are they very conscious about the fashion? Are they very fashion active people? What kind of leisure activities they indulge in? Do they have sports or kitties, or they have clubs? What are their needs and wants? And you have to identify how much they are going to spend on their interest. If they are leisure, if they go to gym, then you can have clothes for the gym also. If they are fond of traveling, you need travel wear. So this will all depend upon how much they are willing to spend on their needs, which needs. Then finally is the behavioral section, which defines the opinion of the customers on the specific product. Many a times you would have seen there are feedback forms, surveys being conducted, which give an idea of what are the services which the people require, what is their attitude and response in different occasions, how do they rate the products, and as per their rating you can increase or decrease the order. If a particular product is popular in the people, obviously the demand will increase. Then you have the fashion retail organization. If you are into opening a fashion retail organization or you are looking for a job opportunity, then you need to understand what is the basic structure and the system of the organization. The organization structure is the understanding of the authority and responsibility for each job. If there is a person who is going to sell the products, he's a salesman, you need to have an idea what is it that you're supposed to do. You won't have to decide the price of the product. What you have to do is you have to attract the customer and make him buy the product. The person who's sitting in the finance division will have to see how the profits are going to be delivered. So it is the hierarchy or the authority and responsibility of each job. Then you have organizational system, that is the management differs in all the stores, which depend upon the type of merchandise, what is it that you are selling, then size of the retail format. So if it is a very small shop, the shopkeeper is able to manage it. But if it is a departmental store, you need many people. If it is a chain store, you still need more salespeople. And finally, who's the target customer? If you have a kids store, probably you can keep one person just to look after the kids, to attract the kids. So it will depend upon the merchandise, size of retail firm and the target customer. So depending upon this, you have three types of stores. The first is small single unit stores. These are basically the stores which are close to our house. These are the neighborhood stores, and they are generally owned by the family or the owner. And single stores, they manage their stores on their own. The shopkeeper would be sitting somewhere here only. I think he's sitting here, and he can look and take the decisions regarding all the matters of this store. Then you have the departmental stores. This is a departmental store. You have separate sections and separate departments. you'll have somebody sitting at the reception. If it is gents wear, here also you'll have separate salespeople. Women, you'll have separate salespeople. You can see many kinds of things are put to make it more attractive. Here you can find clothing, sportswear, health, beauty, cosmetics, electronics equipments, and many times you can also find food items which are being sold. And finally you have the chain store, which is the latest trend. Big chain stores which have many outlets and they have a central management. Suppose this is, you can see Shoppers Stop. तो Shoppers Stop का एक central management है, and all these are franchise जहाँ पर they send the stop, they send the product, and all the standardized business and methods and practices, they are as per the standard practices of the Shoppers Stop. So this is a chain store, centralized management. Finally, the scope, क्या क्या कर सकते हो. You have watched so many videos and now you would be interesting कि इसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे. तो see, we are only discussing a few. There are unlimited opportunities. The first is an interior designer. Interior concepts, they increase the beauty, safety and functionality of the space. एक ही store छोटा, you'll find having the same area, but one is so well organized and in the other it's all cluttered. This is because of the fashion designer who decides how you are going to use the space, whether it is a residence, home, office, hospital, hotel, chain stores, departmental stores, but interior designer who designs the interiors of the space. Then you have fashion designers who create designs for clothing and apparel, not just clothing and apparel. It could be also, it could be clothes, it could be shoes, it could be anything, jewelry, purse, apparel. This is all included in it. Then you have the third, which is the visual merchandising. Visual merchandise designer, that is they design the window displays, they arrange the merchandise and creates props and accent, etc. For example, you can see this door. There are so many things which are visually displayed in this. They are looking very beautiful and it is the visual merchandise designer who designs it. And finally, you have the set designers who design for the needed movies, televisions and the theatre productions. The set designers, आप देखो अलग अलग movies में, अलग अलग serials में अलग अलग sets designed होते हैं. This designing is also done by the fashion designers. Now, what are the skills required for a career in this field? It combines style with business sense. So you need to have a sense of style, designing along with the business sense. There are three primary skills that a fashion designer requires. It is the designing, merchandising and also marketing. We did all the four separate roles of a merchandiser. So you need to have an idea of designing, merchandising, marketing and business. So the first is forecasting ability. We discussed it continuously even in the fashion cycle. Thorough knowledge of past, future and current trends, the demands, and according to this only you can take the future decisions. Awareness of how marketing of an item contributes to these fashion trends. Marketing किस तरह से आपके सेल को improve या बढ़ाती है, profits are increased, and to keep well ahead of the fashion trend so that you are prepared. For example, if it is winters or Diwali, the preparation for the merchandiser, it begins quite a few months back when he studies about the fashion trends, places orders and get the product ready. Then it is the analytical ability which requires to keep abreast with economy as a whole and their particular companies. तो इसमें हमें country की economy, companies की economy and our own economy, we have to be particular about all these. For example, now it was a lockdown because of corona. The economy has gone down. So you cannot have unlimited orders or increasing orders. This time the purchase is also down, the market is also down, and so you have to be prepared according to the market demands. How certain styles would fit into the customer's budget, and this is what you have to try. Look out for styles which will fit into the budget of the customer, the amount he is willing to spend. Now, communication ability, you would have understood it's very important. He has to communicate with the buyer, the seller, the customer, the designer, so to negotiate the prices with the manufacturer and sell the product to the public. He might have to write advertising copy, press releases, blogs, vlogs, personalized letters to the customers, mail. So this is all possible if you have good communication skills. And lastly, the educational qualifications which are required. Fashion designers have to combine the fashion design degree with business marketing or fashion merchandising degree. So fashion designing is not enough. You need to enhance it with a marketing degree where you have an understanding about the business side also. So if you are not interested in a very long course, you can go in for a certificate or a diploma course of 6 months to 1 year. It will focus on the actual job of the fashion merchandiser. It won't go into the details of any of it, but the basic job of the fashion merchandiser. Then you have 2 years master's program if you are willing to go into the depth of this field. Here, the various liberal arts are combined with the fashion and business courses. It's not necessary that your bachelor's has to be in fashion designing, but you can have any designing bachelor's, and for following it you can do 2 years master's program which will equip you with fashion and business courses. And finally, the bachelor's course in fashion designing or merchandising. It is a 4-year program which combines a substantial amount of liberal arts. Lot of designing is there, be it photography designing, interior designing. Then it is also merged with the business courses. Besides this, you can always do a home science course of clothing and textiles and pursue it with the master's course. This will also suffice, and you can work in any of the export houses or have your own export house or any fashion enterprise. So I hope you would be very satisfied and engrossed in this field of fashion and merchandising. Thanks for watching all my videos. Do like, share and subscribe them. If you have liked it, do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to press the bell icon so that all my videos reach you on time. And also don't forget to give your comments, positive or negative. They are the biggest motivating factors, and it tells a lot about the kind of videos that are being prepared. Thanks for watching. Bye.